Peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I hope everybody out there is having a productive day. Meek Mills calls for a justice reform event from jail. And on Tuesday at the University of Pennsylvania, Meek Mill made a surprise appearance via a phone call for a rally against injustice. And Meek Mill's mother, Miss Kathy Williams, and Reverend Al, they united, team together, trying to bring injustice, into the light. And it was a rally aimed at shining light on corruption inside of Philadelphia's criminal justice system. And Meek's attorney Joe Tocopina called the incarcerated Philly lyricist and put him on speakerphone. And there was a room of about 2,000 people. And Meek was just basically saying how he appreciated the love and the support from the people from Philadelphia and all over the world. And he was saying that the people have shown him great support. And he said he thinks it's about time that Pennsylvania had this type of light shined on the system, because he was saying how he got caught up in the system, and it wasn't just him, but it was a bunch of young men and older men. And also, Meek's original arresting officer was identified as corrupt, and it is possible that his entire sentence gets reversed. And we all know the corruption of the criminal justice system here in America, and how wealthy people have moved to privatize the prisons, and how they all work in harmony with the judicial system. And we know, per the Constitution, the 13th Amendment, that slavery was so-called abolished unless you get convicted of a crime. And if we just look at the statistics of recidivism in America, 60% of people that are released from prison go back within 3 years. And America has the highest incarceration rate in the world. In America, I think it's only 5% of the population, but has a prison population of 20%. And black people make up 40% of the prison population, but are only approximately, I think, 13% of America's total population. And they have our brothers and sisters in prison, and we perform so many different services in almost every major industry. We talking about sewing clothes. They have them out there fighting fires, building furniture, and they're almost paid little or no wages, between 5 cents and maxing out at $2. And for every dollar spent, almost 94 cents in Arizona. The Arizona Department of Corrections has a contract with CenturyLink where they get the kickbacks. So they get every 94 cents goes back to the jail. It's really modern day slavery. Brother Ansar Muhammad, I hope I'm saying his name, a member of the Nation of Islam, Western Region Prison Reform, he was saying that how it's really modern day slavery because it causes a burden on the family from something as simple as products, outdated vending machines marked up extremely high. He was saying that frozen burritos cost like $5 to $7. He was just basically saying how prisoners are cash cows and have been for many years. And he stated he worked in the prison laundry department when he was locked down, and he was saying he made 15 cents an hour. And at the end of the month was able to get a Ben & Jerry's ice cream after that. And he basically was just saying that was the highlight of his month. And he was just saying how, can you imagine how it is for inmates that don't have any family support? And I don't know if you noticed, but every inmate is charged $4 a month, whether money flows through their account or not. If he accrues fees, over a year and gets $100, all of a sudden, that money is extracted. Fees are paid right off the muscle, right off the top. And you know, a lot of people believe that the majority of prison costs support the guard unions and pay enormous base and overtime salaries of prison guards and other staff. And under the National Correctional Industries Association, prisoners make almost everything from apparel, hardware, chemicals, decals, tags, license plates, eyeglasses, fabrics, furniture, lighting, electronics, and entertainment, software, shoes, sewing machines, food products, and we wonder where the jobs are at. That's where they are. They inside of the private prison. So instead of the American people getting mad at presidents who really don't have that much juice, they ought to be looking at these private prisons and looking at the corruption that's going on with them. And corporate profit for prisons is no different than how the slave owners receive benefit from their labor. And that impact remained even after slavery. For instance, freed blacks were arrested and put on chain gangs for their labor, which continue to benefit slave owners. And so this is no accident. And state and local governments that have contracts with private corporations like CCA and the GEO group, they run their prisons that have clauses in them requiring high occupancy levels. And if those prisons fall below those levels, then the state, listen to this, family, the state must foot the bill for every empty prison bed at the taxpayer's expense. Think about that, family. And it says, according to reports, 65% or 41 contracts ITPI reviewed have occupancy quotas between 80 and 100%, meaning that they have to have the prison occupied up to 80 to 100%, or the state has to foot the bill via the taxpayer. And ITPI analyzed 62 contracts nationwide. Arizona has 3 private prison contracts requiring 100% occupancy. Oklahoma also has 3 contracts at 98% occupancy, while Louisiana and Virginia have occupancy rates at 96 and 95% respectively. Private firms like CCA and the GEO Group and Management and Training Corporation operate many of these prisons. So, I mean, if we just look at these statistics, family, it's very, very cruel. And you can see the level of corruption, and you can see why these white people are making big bank via investing in these private prisons, on the stock market, using different lockup quotas. Is not surprising, since the United States locks up, more people than Russia, China, Iran. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, the U.S. prison population grew every year between 1975 and 2009 from 307,000 prisoners in 1978 to a high of 1,615,487 prisoners in 2009. I mean, this is sad, you know, and the social problem that's a social policy problem, because these dollars could be used towards other services that could help to strengthen communities and strengthen families, such as, you know, healthcare, education, infrastructure, etc. And when you are contractually obligated to fill the prison, where is your judicial discretion going to be? The judicial discretion is going to be towards locking up our young people, or locking up black people, or locking up our Hispanic brothers and sisters. So, you know, we have to get educated. We have to get informed about what's going on around us, man. You know? So this your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.